And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and off to the races we go.
Isn't this Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
I think.
I have to agree with that.
Second day of April.
Okay, I learned something yesterday.
Well, that's always good to learn.
Well, I mean, this was a big learning experience, and our guest, I'm just going to put him on the spot and ask how to fix this because I've never did this. I guess my wife always gave me my little $20 allowance a week, and I never needed anything else. And then one day I got the bright idea that I needed a bank card. What do you call those, ATM?
Yeah, debit card.
Debit card, that's what it is. Right, so I've been using it just freely. Well, I went to order us some cordless mics and
you was overdrawn.
and this thing to move it to where you can see guests, and it no longer worked because it went out of date. I thought it was like a credit card that it got mailed to you when it was getting near the end of life.
Well, you know, I'm dealing with that. It must be a bank starts with a T.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it just cut me off.
I guess I'm going to have to go knock on the door, too, and say,
they'll make it for you downtown as you watch. It was kind of interesting there.
Yeah, but all my other banks send it.
I know. Here's the problem, though. Everything that I have set up on automatic draft no longer exists. So I have no clue what to do. And our special guest this morning, East Mississippi Connect, as we go over here, let's just ask, how do I pay my bill now? Because I don't want to be turned off.
Scotty Ray, I don't know. My bank mails me a debit card when it's expiring. Yeah. I get one in the mail.
I just never heard of that happening. And
because mine was, now that you said that, mine went out on like the 29th.
Yep.
Yeah, and I ain't got one in the mail.
Yeah, your stuff don't work.
Yeah, I better not use it.
I mean, everything that you never remember is just automatic renewed. Yeah.
Yeah,
them people that radar company gonna be mad at me.
Ooh. You can come to the office and use mine.
Well, then my number usually doesn't change on my debit card.
Yeah,
when I get a new one, the account number's the same, so it wouldn't affect my auto
The only
drafts.
thing it changes is that little 3-digit number on the back.
Yeah. Go down there and talk to him. She goes, everything now you're getting a new number on this because we had to, because it ran out. You get a new card issued and it's not the same number. So.
Well, I guess I'll get it. Now I'm gonna have to go in and remember all my passwords to get into all my auto-magically.
Yeah. In other words, nobody's getting paid today because we don't know what to do. I honestly had no clue that you had to do that. So a learning experience. Everybody look down at your card today, and if it's getting there, call your bank and ask what you got to do.
Especially if your bank starts with a T.
A big T.
That is a very good reminder.
Yeah, it is.
We at East Mississippi Connect also set people up on cards.
Well, and
those dates will run out. And we have people at the office that try to contact them and say, oh, by the way, your card's expired.
So tell me this, do I call down or do I have to go on? How do I get mine a new card set up to where I won't miss a payment?
For us, you can give us a call or you can do it online on your account.
Okay, I'm going to call because I like talking to people.
And you better hurry up and do it while you still got life.
And that is the neat thing about y'all. It is a human being. I can't, and we all know this, to where you try to make a call somewhere to talk to a company and you get somebody in another country and you don't speak the same language. These folks here, whether it's EMEPA or East Mississippi Connect, it's local folks that, talk like us and know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We've got 4 offices: Quitman, DeKalb, Louisville, and Meridian. And that's where we're headquartered, and all of our employees work out of those offices.
Let's stress that word, local, and local.
It's kind of like the news here.
That's local. Absolutely. You're going to know what happens.
Yeah. I like local.
I do too, and we're going to find out all about this. And knock on wood, because Odie almost said it earlier. Since we've made the switch to East Mississippi and our show has run off East Mississippi Connect, we've not had issues at all. Used to once a day, I saw some guy hanging off a pole in front of my business, and then it didn't work for 45 minutes.
Every now and then we'd look like that Max Headroom from the 80s, and we'd shake because the internet was sketchy.
I even saw the Little Caesar pizza guy deliver pizza out there too.
He stayed out there so long he built a hut.
And it never worked. But with all seriousness, we'll find out if you hadn't gotten this, how fast it is and what you can do to be a part of the future of what's happening here. This is major for our community.
People don't understand how much bandwidth it sucks down when you start running radars.
Oh, yeah.
And when you start running radars and you don't have any glitches, I mean, this East Mississippi Connect keeps up with every little single thing you've got coming through.
Now, let's talk about
the
bad stuff. Let's go ahead and put this out there where everybody's going to know this. Let's pull this up as we pull this. Now, again, this has been extended. I'm going to show you live radar in a second. This was from 4 a.m. this morning where they had not updated this, but the timeline is still the same, 5 to 11 p.m. We're going to have sunshine for the most part. After 4 o'clock, we'll start seeing some showers, and by 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock is the timeline. I think we'll have the bad weather out by 10 o'clock. We hope. We got our fingers crossed on all of this. It goes away and no problems. The further north we go, and let's go here and pull up radar since we brought that up and just show you what is projected for tonight and what is going to be going on. Here's the latest that we have on this. As we pull up radar, all of this yellow is a level 2. As you'll see, this is expanded from Biloxi, Mobile, all the way down to Apalachicola, Florida. As we zoom in on this, you will see this is on the outskirts of Jackson. As you're coming along, let's turn on some locations where you can see a little bit more. Right there is that first welcome center before you're getting into Jackson. As you come on across, we've got all of these areas that are going to be under this level 2 as we back out to show you this. Now, let's move up here. It's going to get a little bit worse north of here when we get to Stark Vegas. Right there at Columbus Air Force Base is the line of a level 3 storm. This will move east over to Birmingham through Anniston and go northeasterly through Dalton, Georgia. Now, let's keep looking at this as we go up here. Nashville, Murfreesboro, Cookeville, Tennessee. But when we get right past Bowling Green, Kentucky, Elizabethtown here at Louisville, Kentucky, we are at a level 4, and this will go all the way to Canton, Ohio. This is going to be devastating in this area. Now, I don't want anyone to think that the green, that the yellow or this tan color or orange color, however, what do you want to call it, is not bad. This is the worst of the worst that you can have. What we're expecting is storms can begin here. We can have tornado activity tonight without a shadow of a doubt. It will move northeasterly, and this up here is going to be bad. Hopefully, now we have been this year more than blessed when it comes to storms. As it reached Meridian, it would separate and just really miss the town. Clarkdale has been rejoiceful over this. Let's keep our fingers crossed that yet again that this is going to happen and it will bypass us. Let's keep prayers. Cincinnati, these areas, Columbus, Ohio, from Nashville, all these areas, it's going to be bad. These are very high traffic areas. When as we all know, wrecks happen here bad when it starts raining. But when you get into areas like that,
it's already congested.
Yeah, 1 million people, 2 million. I don't know how many they got, but it's a lot, and they don't know how to drive. I visited with them once.
Yeah, because some of them people come down here.
It's okay to wave somebody through at a red light. You can go first. They don't do that up there.
Oh, man.
But that is the weather situation that we're watching. And again, we'll be here throughout the entire thing, sitting back. We've got backup generators should the power go off. Now, what we've got to watch with this is the wind. And we'll talk more about this with the power company here, MEPA. They know all about it when it comes to wind and what it does to you and how it affects you and the folks that have to be sent out to repair it so you'll have lights on again. We'll get into all of that. So much to discuss this morning. We're glad that you're a part of it. Look at this. Everybody's smiling, in good moods.
I'm having a good time.
Have we got birthdays starting to roll in yet?
We've got 2. We got Randy Boyd, who's having a birthday today, and Hallie Mae Monty is 25 today.
I don't know if Randy will admit it, but I think he's kin to me.
Well, I mean, there's no telling how many times he's been around that track at Wynot.
We had a phone booth meeting a few weeks ago with the family. We don't have anybody in the family left. Is your family like that? You got a bunch or small?
Very, very small. You know, because Daddy was an orphan.
So it's limited.
Yeah, I've got an aunt And I've got some cousins everywhere, but then Mama was the only child, so I had one set of grandparents and one set of aunts and uncles and
Very
cousins.
small, isn't it?
Very small. Now it's basically me and my sister.
So you didn't get
and Mama, and
a
that's
red
it.
T-shirt like everybody else, and there's 85 people at a
Oh no, we didn't even have shirts. There wasn't enough people to fill up the shirt with names.
We'll be right back as we begin this day. We're going to find out more about. We'll get you some fast internet. You'll like this. It'll change your life. We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church, and nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And what is unique about this, Odie, as we bring Julie and Randy out here, as we get this, do you realize that y'all were my first sponsor? Very first person when I sat down and said, I'm going to do this, she spoke with you and y'all, very first person.
Yep. I remember that, Scotty Ray, because it was 2020 and we were all locked down for COVID. And I remember sitting on my back patio because I was working from home, talking to you on the phone and coming up with our agreement.
I cannot thank y'all enough for being a part of what we do every day. It has truly made a difference in the lives and the people around. Thanks to y'all.
Well, a lot of people say thanks to us. A lot of people say to me, aren't you glad you made this decision to go into this business? And I typically respond immediately by saying, I didn't make the decision. We ask our members, and they said, you go do this. And when our members say, go do something, we do it.
Y'all have right now, and to tell me this, because I get confused on this, Julie, of the broadband, how fast is it when you download something? I know here it's like that. What's the speed?
We have 100 meg and then 1 gig are our two plans. And so
Now,
it is
the upload, like if you're trying
It's
to...
upload and download. You'll often hear us say symmetrical speeds. That means the upload and the download speeds are equal, which is is not something you typically get from your internet service providers.
And then everything we do here is an upload. And it is, our show is brought to you on this every day by East Mississippi Connect. And it has made a total difference of what we do and how we do it, of being able for folks to be able to watch it. So thank y'all. Y'all are in how many? Tell us the areas that you cover.
We cover it all the way from north of Louisville, Mississippi, to almost Waynesboro, Mississippi, and Clark, Lauderdale, Kemper, Winston counties in their entirety, with the exception of some pockets of Mississippi Power and Louisville Utilities, and then the edges of the 5 counties that touch those 4. We go into those just far enough to have served a few members in those counties.
Now, let me say this, as we talk about all this, each one of us try to save money every month. That's what it's all about. You got to feed your family, take care. I got a text just a moment ago that said, hey, I just wanted to say my cable bill used to be $243 a month. Now I'm paying $69.99 a month for East Mississippi Connect. That is drastically changed. That's major.
Well, and we were talking before we came on air when you got that text is we don't have fine print. There's no promotional pricing. It's $69.95 if you're on the 100 meg plan, $99.95 for the 1 gig plan.
And so many other plans
No
do
more
have
red
this
tape.
hidden stuff, and then you get your bill and you go, "That's not what we talked about."
Yeah, we don't have the rental for the modem. We don't, every 6 months it doesn't go up $5, $10. It's like I said, no promotional pricing, no contracts, no fine print.
That was one of my questions. Was now the equipment? Am I going to have to turn around and rent that? And it's one flat fee. It covers everything. You've got internet, and you're ready to go. And that's what I do love about this.
I want to say, even when I called, it was like, what, a day, 2 days at most that y'all were out and had it installed? It was quick turnaround.
We're getting a lot quicker. We're still installing between 60 and 70 new customers a week.
That's a lot.
So we're still on the uphill struggle, but we're getting there.
So tell me this: if you're watching and you go, "Well, I live here and I don't have it," but what do they do? How do they call? Tell me how to go about this.
Go to our website at eastmsconnect.com and you can sign up online. Or you can always go to emepa.com if you're just familiar with going there, and you can link over to East Mississippi Connect page from there.
Easy to do.
And living in the county, we've always suffered because we didn't have all the conveniences that mostly you see inside cities. Now we have a much better internet, more of out in the county than there's inside the city. So in the future, is there a chance that you'll be moving and incorporating some areas inside the city where you're typically not your power company for that area?
Well, let me explain how we're set up, how we operate. Until January of 2019, co-ops could not even look at getting into the broadband business. Legislation passed in 2019, and we began doing feasibility studies. Those feasibility studies, we did two. We had two different consultants do two different studies because we wanted to know the numbers before we went into this. Came up with $113 million that would need to be spent to put broadband to every member of EMEPA.
113.
That's a chunk of change.
$113 million. At that time, our electric infrastructure was about somewhere between $200 and $240 million. So we were going to almost 50% again, build it again. We have 5,700 miles of power lines that we maintain. With a lot of pine trees standing right next to them. If you stretch that line from New York to San Diego back to Charleston, that kind of gives you an idea of how many miles of line we have to maintain.
Wow.
On those miles, we strung 3,850 miles of fiber in 36 months.
That's moving in.
Yeah.
Those little guys didn't have much break. Because I saw
we
them.
had to move. That's right. I relate it to much like we lit the fuse and we had to stay ahead of the bang. Because once we started, as you said earlier, the demand was there, and I want it yesterday.
Yeah.
And so we had to move. We had to move fast. We're only 41 months into this build. We've completed all of the mainline builds. We're still building services. The survey we did with our members, I said earlier, they're the ones who told us to go do this. We did a survey on the front end and said, these are the prices we think we're going to have to charge. Will you take the service? And they did. They said they would. The board voted to build the business, which means the board had to sign to borrow
That'll keep you up at night.
$120 million.
Wow. But you said in some areas it was going to be 3 years before you were able to get this particular area covered. And y'all did this in 2. I mean, y'all were ahead of the game.
Said it would take 10 years. And we said,
man,
we won't survive 10 years if it's going to take 10 years.
That's called doing away with red tape, isn't it? Isn't that what that's called?
Let's set a big goal of 5 years. We'll build it in 5 years. And then we did it in 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
We were a year ahead of getting it. We wasn't supposed to get it for another year. And then, bam, it's like I come home one day I'm like, what's that on my pole over here? And
it was a welcome sight.
Yeah, a year ahead of when we were told originally. I mean, that's not using excuses. That's going to work, doing the work, and pushing out a service to everybody. And I'm glad to see that much happening.
Now, I think your original question, Odie, was will we go into other areas?
Yeah.
You have to remember that our members are also the borrowers of this money. So for me to ask the members of EMEPA to go borrow the money that it would take to build fiber into areas that we don't serve is a bit of a hill to get over. Ultimately, we and they are on the hook for that money.
Correct.
Right.
And to go into another utilities service territory and spend EMEPA member money is going to take some more thought and some more planning.
Doesn't balance out just right yet.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
So we may get there one day. We may get East Mississippi Connect to the point that it can do that one day. It just won't be as fast as we've done it for the members who were willing to say, take care of it. They approved this with a 99.9% approval at our annual meeting.
And that guy that voted against it didn't get donuts that day.
He sure did. He didn't come to the next meeting.
We actually had a few who said, I've already got it from somebody else, so we don't need to do this. That's a very short-sighted view of I already have it, somebody else doesn't need it.
So are you on projections? Are y'all feeling comfortable with the way this is going and the payback on this? And
we're pretty comfortable. We projected 12,500 connected, and we're at 14,600 right now. So that makes me a little more comfortable.
Yeah. And still growing.
And still growing, still doing more every week. So paying this bill off is going to be a whole lot faster and a whole lot easier than what you were projecting. That's always a plus.
And it will never be a huge money maker. That's not what it's designed for.
It's to help
we just want to pay the bills, as Odie said. We want to pay the debt off. We want to pay the O&M of maintaining the system every day. We want to have the people on staff that can get it back on within a short period of time, rather than we'll put you on the 14-day waiting list to come check on it.
All right.
We want to operate it like a co-op.
All right, we'll be right back. More coming up. We got some local headlines that we're going to discuss of things that went on in the neighborhood. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. As we get word last night, we need to share some messages. We have 4 folks that are in jail today. Let's get a closer up look at this. What a nice lineup this is.
Well, they got 3 hots and a cot.
Yes, sir, they did. Now, let's find about what they did. Let's go here to the breakdown, and we can find this on ScottyRayReport.com. Let's go to our first gentleman here. As we pull this up, meet Richard. Richard's 38. He's been charged with burglary of a dwelling. 1300 block of 22nd Avenue. His bond was set at $50,000. Shame, shame, shame as we do this. So this gets a little bit more serious. Do you pronounce this Zacharias? Would you go with that?
Let's go with Zacharias or something.
Let's go with Mr. Clark.
It's not a common Zacharias.
I can say that. As his charge is going to be, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of motor vehicle theft, felony failure to stop a vehicle as officers were signaled, burglary of a dwelling. He was involved March 24th. If y'all remember that car chase that went into Kemper County and then wrecked underneath the home. The young lady that it was her car had sent me a picture of it and said, hey, Can you help me find my car? We did. It just had a bad ending to that. Our next is a young man. This is bad when we get into this. 16 years old. Let's show this right here. 6 counts of shooting into a vehicle, aggravated assault in connection with a shooting that occurred February 9th. And if you will notice this address, 4600 block of 5th Street.
16 years old. Now what do you have to look forward to?
Mr. Barlow. Now, we have one more, and I'm Bohannon is what I'm going to call her because I cannot pronounce her last name.
Jukelia?
That could be. She's only 18. She's charged with accessory after the fact with connection of a murder of Jacqueline Darby. Was killed in May of 2022 in the 800 block of 29th Street. Bond set at $75,000. The gang unit has been extremely busy in the Meridian area, tracking all this down and making arrests. We're very proud of this, along with CID.
And doing a great, outstanding job.
It's like almost as if there's new life been put into these 2 special units here lately. And we appreciate what they're doing because it is making a difference of taking people off the street that don't need to be there. Now, we got sad news from Newton County yesterday. As we find out, and I called the sheriff and I spoke to Jody and I said, I'm getting word something has happened. He goes, yeah, you're right. As we pull up the headline, we've had a suicide at the Newton County Detention Center. Now, as with all things, when MBI gets involved, there's not a lot of information that can be shared. We don't know the sex. We don't know anything other than it's an inmate. And as MBI gets ready to release more information, we'll get that. The investigation is full ongoing, and we'll find out more about this from Newton County as it progresses. But as always remember there's a family somewhere that's missing a loved one. Let's not forget that. And hopefully we'll get more info on that quick. Boy, let's go down to the Temple Theater. Did you see all this yesterday?
I heard it, but I didn't get to see it. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting at the office, and I think every siren that Meridian Fire Department had come rolling out.
It did. Here's Metro on scene, as we'll see here. The apartment's right here, and this is right down from the Temple right before we get to Webb. As we see here, the road is blocked. What happened? You see this car sitting over here to the left?
Yeah.
It's going to meet Mr. Telephone Pole. Look at that, Odie.
And that pole's still standing.
It is. Pretty strong there. Fortunately on this, and I saw both of them, nobody was hurt. Now, it kind of jarred you. Probably sore this morning, but overall, everybody is okay. That's good news.
Ooh, you can imagine you break a wood pole and you had to pay for it. I wouldn't want to have to pay for that pole.
It wouldn't be cheap there. And then,
no.
Look at this. This car floated right up to the building and never tapped it. Wow. It kind of came to a resting spot right before it.
It's like the Lord put his hand down and said, nope, we're not going to do that.
Hey, who's that? That's our new chief.
I wish I had video. Not only is he the chief of Meridian Fire Department, but he showed up yesterday morning, early hours, out at Marion.
I asked him about that.
And put on turnout gear and went inside and fought fire. He didn't just sit outside and look. He went inside and fought fire and stood side by side with these guys. And I tell you, he's a good one. We work great together. Appreciate everything you do, Chief.
He's
old Mayor Larry Gill. Look at him.
They were in the fire. We're going to talk to him about facial expressions there of how to do photo ops. We're working on that.
Now Larry can teach him how to get some excitement going.
Now, beside the fact that it's 1 a.m. in the morning, we'll give him a little credit on that. But Michael Ted, we're proud of him. We do appreciate the job that he's doing. Yeah. And that's different. He come from, the House of Representatives. He was a fireman before that. And it's a change of pace from what he did. And I know there was a lot of people going, I don't know about that. He's not one of us. He's becoming one of you.
I wonder if when Larry goes to court and tries to, what is that?
You're doing circles.
Yeah, when you encompass, and he's going to take over Meridian instead of Meridian.
Oh, you're trying to say he's going to incorporate it?
Incorporate Meridian if he's going to keep Michael Ted as his chief.
Annex, maybe that's the word.
Annex, that's it. See, it's early.
Yeah, I still have people from Eagle Point contact me daily and go, I didn't get nothing. Still waiting on my water. I got a firehouse. That's all I got.
Well, hey, that's a good thing.
Hey, we got a bridge that is out this morning. Keep this in mind if you're getting ready to leave home. Yeah. Seth Cobb Road is where this is. It's been temporarily shut down because something bad could happen. And we don't want that happening. So that's been shut down until further notice. As soon as we get some information on that, we'll find out from Rush of what we think the expected time of getting that bridge back open. All right, now, Randy, y'all get ready because we're going to put y'all to the test since Greg is not here this morning to see how well you do with history. Are y'all ready for our test in a minute?
Might as well be.
Okay, all right. We're going to test in that.
We're here now anyway, aren't we?
We're going back in time in just a moment, a trip down memory lane to see what happened in history on this date. Then we'll get some more serious stuff here in a little bit. We'll be right back with Scotty Ray Report.
Spring is finally here, and at Paris Kubota, we currently have just under 500 mowers in stock. Z-Series 42-inch for only $43.99 cash or around $86 a month, and we're offering free delivery and pickup. And did you know for only $4 a month, you can also add a Husqvarna handheld to your deal? We've moved to our new location, 2401 Jimmy Rogers Parkway. Stop by in and find you one of these great deals.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. I got to get faster on the draw there. I had a little bit of hesitation there.
It's still first of the week.
Yeah, it is. Let's go back in history today. Let's go back to 1908. As we all know, the opening theme song to his first show that made him...
dog.
Yep.
That ought to give you a hint.
He also followed that up, and what was it, Jedediah, his helping partner there. What was the girl that was his secretary? Wasn't she Miss America? As we go back to, remember, Buddy Epson.
God,
1908.
what was his secretary's name?
Marianne Mobley, was that? Who was that played the secretary? She was a former Miss America. Come on, people, help me out there. It'll come to me in a minute. But you remember his partner, his little nephew Jedediah, that helped him solve the cases.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really like. It's very seldom that you can go from being Uncle Jed to playing Barnaby Jones.
You don't. Those are two totally different characters, but he pulled it off. Lee Remick.
Lee Merriweather. Wasn't she Miss America? Or am I wrong?
I'm not really
I could be wrong here. I have to go to the correction department. So what was your favorite character there? Was it Jed or was it Barnaby that you preferred more?
Probably Jed.
Jed just was it. And Julie had no idea who Barnaby Jones.
Jed. That one I recognize, but I don't know.
Julie, did you see the remake of the Clampetts, the 1993 that had what's his name in it?
Is that the Beverly Hillbilly movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the remake. I don't think I ever saw the original.
The remake, had Buddy Epson sitting there. Miss Jane hired him to find Granny, if you'll remember. Remember the cameo?
Vaguely, I remember that.
It was a cameo appearance.
Yeah.
Boy. 1917, Dabbs Greer. Y'all not going to know this, but he was a preacher on TV. He was always solemn, and he led his sheep every day, his flock. Maybe that's a better word for it. Y'all remember this guy?
I do remember that guy.
Yep. Little House on the Prairie. Reverend.
I can't even think of his name.
Come on, was it Alden? Reverend Alden.
Alden.
Is what his name was.
I'd have never known Greer.
I wouldn't have either.
Put that together.
Oh, no. But we know Reverend Alden. He had a girlfriend one time on the show. Do y'all remember that? I think he got his heart broke. Did you ever watch it? I know they made a remake of this, and it wasn't all that great. It had Tom Hanks in it, didn't it?
It did. The remake did. Sure did.
The original show, which was a detective show, which were real big back in the day, Dragnet. Anybody remember that?
I remember Dragnet.
Jack Webb, 1920 was born. Was he the one that always said, "Just the facts, ma'am"?
Yeah. And see, now Jack Webb was responsible for Dragnet, the Highway Patrol,
He done all those?
He wrote all those. He
Ooh,
was
I didn't know
the
that.
director and all that. That was back when they started making these shows and used real life scenarios. All they did was change the name.
I may have been right. Peggy says that she was Miss America 1955. Get out of here. I
So you
remember
was
something.
watching Miss America back then.
I couldn't help it.
Adam 12, yeah. Jack Webb was real good for his time putting these shows.
I really liked One Adam 12. That was back when they thought that police officers needed two people to go to something. I agree with that.
I do too.
To this day.
I'm with you on that. I think it ought to be two in every single one of them. You're saving gas, and you always got two people on every scene.
Yeah, you already have your backup there with you.
Yep.
As we go back yesterday, this guy was killed yesterday by his father. Today, we remember, it's weird how you're brought into this world one day. As we remember Marvin Gaye, he was born on this day in '39. He lost his life in '84. Yesterday, he was on the
man.
I can't imagine. This was one of those. She was a big country star, but I'm not going to say that I was a big fan of it. It was there. It was probably one of those, take it or leave it. As we remember, Emily Lou Harris, she was born on this day, Birmingham, Alabama. She's got that gray hair look now.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just throwing that out there a little bit.
Well, you at least have hair. I can't say that.
So here we for Lee Merriweather, also played Catwoman on the original Batman series on TV.
No, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Now, of all the Western, let me ask you, Randy, do you like Westerns a lot?
I did as I was growing up when I was at home. As I said earlier, I worked with my dad until I was 8 years old till ending high school. But yeah, we watched Gunsmoke, Rifleman, those shows.
Good ones.
You can count on your hand, since I've been an adult, that a movie that was came out as a Western that was good. Lonesome Dove, right up there with the best of them.
Yep.
One of the ones that really separates the men from the boys was a movie that had Kevin Costner in it. It had a whole string of them. As we go back to remember Silverado. Do you remember that movie?
I remember Silverado.
Oh, man, that was good. And Julie's got that look like, what are you people talking about?
Y'all not including me on nothing.
I'm still a youngster. I grew up with Full House and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
So did you watch Silverado?
I did.
Do you remember when I bring up always the dog? Do you remember the dog? Do you remember that scene there? Well, they were referring to this little lady there. Is this gentleman here? She has a birthday today. Her name is Linda Hunt, and she was his dog in the show. They were robbing a bank, if you remember, and there was an old stray dog, and he couldn't leave the stray dog behind, and he gets put in jail saving the dog. And she was getting picked on, and he had to help her. And he says, it's always the dog that gets you in trouble. Nothing like being picked on by your local criminals.
Yeah.
But that was one of the best Westerns. I put right up at the top of the best of the best. All right, 1949, this guy, he was weird. I wish I could say some my mom always said, don't say anything bad if you don't say anything if you can't say something good.
That's right.
So we may have to hum this. But anybody remember watching Welcome Back, Kotter? He was the little strange guy in the class.
Look, everybody's got one of these guys in their class.
Horseshack. Did you watch Horseshack?
Yeah.
Randy, do you remember the show?
I don't remember that one.
You didn't watch Welcome Back, Kotter? It was, what's his name? First role, Mr. John Travolta.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
He played the part of Benny Barberina. He was the cool guy. But as you'll see him here, there he is right there. That was his first major role on television. But Horseshack was strange. I'll leave it at that.
Don't know if that was his character or if that was him. Huh?
It looked like it was real.
Kind of like Screech. You know who Screech is?
Yeah, he's
Julie?
weird too.
She's still trying to remember. You know
Saved
who
by the
Screech
Bell?
is?
What's that?
You know Screech?
Saved by the Bell, do you remember?
Yes.
All right, so he was kind of like
Almost
the
identical.
Yeah.
It was like they built that character off of that voice. 1956, there was 2 records that were recorded on this date. Both would be legendary. Good Rhythm, and the second was I'll Walk the Line, as Johnny Cash walked into the studio to record both of these big hits. Big. Get Rhythm was a bigger hit than you realize. 1956, also another big year for television. I remember as a kid watching this. Mayhat, who used to keep me as a kid, she'd turn it on every day, 11 o'clock. We had to stop everything to watch As the World Turns. It finally went away.
Yeah.
See, you didn't like that show.
No, I didn't watch it. Of course, that was back. We didn't grow up inside when that stuff. We were outside.
Well, there you go. 1962. This guy he's gone. He's gone into the land of I don't have any more hits, and I'm on the road somewhere. Anybody remember Billy Dean? He was a country recording artist. He had a couple songs you might remember there. Billy the Kid, We're Only Here for a Little While, and Somewhere in My Broken Heart. He was born on this day. Again, he's not one of those big artists.
Known.
Yeah, but Billy the Kid, a lot of people do remember that one. Now, have you ever had a crush on somebody when you were young, Randy? Somebody that you just thought was a beautiful woman?
I'd have to think a long ways back to that.
Occasionally, there's a breakup, and you love her forever. And Conway put it to a record, and I have never heard it put so good before. He's walking down the street, and this guy asked him about somebody, and he goes, "Man, I tried to hide it, but it's been 15 years, and he still can't get over." Is Conway recorded 15 years ago? You remember the song? Why did he have to mention your name?
I don't remember 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and I still feel the same. I'm going to have class. We're having a class down at Lima.
Yeah.
And we're going to have instructions of songs you should know.
We're going to have some education going on. Now, here's some education.
What's that?
Billy Dean went to East Central Community College.
I forgot about that. A connection to our neighborhood.
Well, look at there.
Salute.
Yeah.
We also go back for another one of those, and I know Julie ain't going to know this because I have to really stretch to remember this. But do you remember a guy named Barnabas? Anybody remember? Does that ring a bell with anybody?
Barnabas? Yeah.
He might have been a vampire. As Dark Shadows ended today.
I remember that. I can't get any of them.
You know, he hung out in a coffin and slept there all the time, and I was always trying to catch that girl and bite her in the neck.
Night had to wear a garlic necklace. I just couldn't ever get into them kind of movies.
Barnabas Collins. I couldn't remember the last name. Thank you. We got people that are some kind of smart. 1977, this would be the first number one. He was a hippie before this, and a lot of people don't know this. He really was. I just stopped by, I forget what that name of that song was. He had another one called Reuben James and Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town, but this would be the first time that he actually made it to country, to the mainstream, and well, it went number one with Lucille.
You picked a fine time to leave me loose, Will. Oh, wait a minute, that's a racing song.
1978, there ain't a one of us in this room. Julie, if you miss this, we're going to have a long talk.
We'll see.
Does the Ewing family mean anything to you? Let's see if we get a picture of her over
Yeah,
here.
maybe a picture.
Near Dallas.
The Ewings aren't coming to you?
Who shot him?
It would probably be the family that everybody grew to love and hate at the same time.
It took so proper to the nighttime.
Yes, it did. Really, that was probably the first time.
She could put this comment on you like they do me at the office. I wasn't born then.
I wasn't around in 1978.
It premiered today, Dallas, as it all would come, and it would run through May of 1991. Every ball game that you ever went to, you would hear that theme music to Dallas being played during the ladies, even into the early 90s. But everybody loved to dislike J.R. Ewing. Mm-hmm. He was just your mean, average brother-in-law.
He was money hungry.
But he always got the job done there. As we go back to 1982, I don't think she's in love anymore. She's hanging up her telephone and locking her door. Mississippi's own Charlie Pride had a number one today. I don't think she's in love anymore. I really like me some Charlie.
Every morning when I walk in the studio, when I come upstairs and walk into the main hallway, sometimes I can hear some music. Sometimes I can hear a lot of music. Today was about midway. I could hear him jamming out. And I came in and I knew who it was. He had Charlie Pride jamming out in here this morning.
Anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Boy, I like that song a lot there. 1983 would bring about another group. Now, I've met these guys. They're different there. They had a lot of hits. They were big in rock and roll at one time with Let Your Love Flow. Man, that was real sappy. But then they figured out things like Old Hippies.
Don't be talking.
I'd lie to you for your love. And they had a number one today with When I'm Away From You. The Bellamy Brothers. You remember them?
I do.
You Ain't Just a Whistling Dixie. They had it just goes on and on and on of hits that these guys had. They were good. They're still out there. Howard and David performing somewhere in America today. Now, I'm not going to say that I know some people that went to this funeral, but I did. And I was like, well, let me step over here because let me get way away from you now.
It's going to be like one of them indoor shooting ranges. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. Mob Boss, 1992. Anybody remember this? John Gotti was convicted of murder. He went to jail. He was very well dressed in his photo, though.
And then didn't his family, his son, his wife, daughter, somebody, didn't they have like a show that came out? The
Yes,
Life
they
of
did.
Gotti or something?
Yes, Growing Up Gotti, I think.
Growing Up Gotti. Okay.
It's not a family that you yell at that their lawnmower's too loud. I'm just going to warn you.
Be the last lawnmower you hear. Won't it?
If the mafia lives next door to you, be nice to them. That's all we can say.
You might want to bake them a cake.
John was, and I'm serious,
He
y'all. There's some
was.
people from Marine, Mississippi went to that funeral.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you know them too. Don't say their name out loud, whatever you do.
I'm not. I'll whisper them to you here.
Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back as we learn more about what happens with East Mississippi Connect and the good folks that take care of you at EMEPA. We're going to talk a little bit about that next. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
Like these, call Trey Long with Long Cleaning Solutions. 601-934-9427. Step into the spotless world of Long Cleaning Solutions. Feel the power of our one-of-a-kind solution perfected by Trey Long. Don't delay. Get results today. Call Trey Long at Long Cleaning Solutions, 601-934-9427.
Every time the wind blows, you get a little leery about a tree over your house. Talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. We also had an incident yesterday on Highway 19. If you were going to Philadelphia, traffic was paused for a minute there as we get near House, Mississippi. Look at this. We've got an overturned car as we show all the different volunteer fire departments, highway patrol show up on scene. Let me zoom in on that a little bit better. See that car?
Yeah, he's upside down, isn't he?
A common thing that happens with wrecks nowadays. What does that tell us? We all need to buckle up.
You got that right. And I can't say a whole lot. It's not just the driver or the passenger being buckled up. Just think of all the stuff, the loose material that was in that car.
It will slap
that
you upside
rolled
the head.
around and hit every time it made a move, hit that person or any of the people inside there. So if you got something heavy in there, you might want to seatbelt that thing in there too.
I think you got an 82 IBM typewriter on the back seat of your truck.
It might be a 82. I got a little bit of everything back there.
Odie, I can't get in. Let's push it over.
Just right in the back. The very back.
As we talk a lot about what's going on, let's talk about weather and what happens when y'all respond, because we do have weather coming in tonight, and y'all are probably anticipating some power outages as well.
We always anticipate power outages. If we did not, we wouldn't be ready to go get the power back on. So yes, you can't wait until the weather's coming to begin preparing. We have to do that well in advance and basically stay ready to move at any time.
How many different crews do y'all have on standby when you see it coming, that you call up and go, hey, be ready to hit the street as soon as? Is it several crews that go out?
You'll have primary people that are on call. They rotate every day, every week. But when major weather is coming in, we're all on call. You don't work at a co-op and it not be 24/7. that you are willing to respond and go get the lights back on for the community.
And and one thing about EMEPA that separates everybody is the communication that y'all have. Julie is first on spot. I can call her. It doesn't matter where she's at. She's going to respond to me. Whether she's in church, she'll slip out, run to the restroom, and text me.
That's right. I've slipped out, and I think my niece's graduation last year, I slipped out because we had some storms going on. But, you know, and I have joked that sometimes I find out about the power outages from Scotty Ray because he'll call me.
But y'all are there to take care of people, and there's always a voice at the end of that line. If you've got a problem, you got somebody that'll talk to you.
Now, do I wish we could keep it on 100% of the time? Yes, I do. But as I said earlier, we live in the Pine Belt. There are trees that are 100 feet tall, and you've got a right-of-way that's 25 feet wide. On each side of a line, that tree is going to reach the line if it falls in that direction.
And is it just me, or does it always seem that it's got to be 8 miles off the road where there's no road where that tree finally got it?
It usually is in some challenging places, but we've got the equipment to get there, and we respond as fast as humanly possible.
And let's talk about that while we're talking about that. When the storm, in the heat of the storm, you can't send the guys out. And sometimes everybody's guilty of it, going, well, why aren't they doing something? Well, it's got to be safe for them to be on the road as well.
Mm-hmm. Safety is always number one priority.
In my 46 years at the MEPA, we've lost a few people and for various things. And so, yes, safety is at the top of the pyramid. It's going to be number one. But we roll pretty quickly after that.
Yes, you do.
We're ready to go at that point. You know, there are occasions where we actually hold people at the offices so that once the storm has gone through, they're ready to roll. When I first started with the MEPA in the late 70s, we would go ahead and hit the storm while it was going on, and we discovered pretty quickly that we were endangering people. We were endangering equipment that we were going to use to get the power back on with. And that we would accomplish a lot more if we would just pause until the major part of the storm was over and then go hit it hard.
I like that.
I want to say thank you, not this, but my other job, my paying full-time gig. We work closely with y'all, and we have communications with y'all during storms. And same with Mississippi Power. Both of y'all are great working with and working together. We have a house fire, we call y'all. Someone is there pretty quick to either isolate that power, cut that power off. So it's been great to work with y'all, especially on these storms, clearing roads. If we can clear trees for you, we'll clear trees for you. If there's one's got a power line, we don't touch it. Nope, we'll block traffic. We'll wait for EMEPA to get here. But y'all have always been right there working hand in hand with us, and we appreciate that.
And we thank you for waiting on us because
that's a
the
big
product
step
we
in it.
deliver doesn't forgive.
Yeah, it's a one-time
It's
mistake.
a one-strike, you're out product.
And keep that in mind. If you come up on when trees and limbs come down, even a house fire, y'all have to be there to kill the power to the house for the firemen and everybody to be safe. And you got to get there where you're going.
And just because you don't have power on one street and that power line's going down that street doesn't mean that power line doesn't have power, that it's not energized.
That's right. And
don't touch that thing just because neighbors don't have power.
Scotty Ray, you mentioned earlier generators.
Yes.
There are so many generators out there today that if it's installed improperly, it can be feeding back on a line that is no longer connected to our distribution system and be energized. And so we have to guard against that constantly. You will see our guys working between what we call grounds. They will have the primary and the neutral grounded together on each side of them to ensure that they are in a protection zone when they're working on the power lines.
Now, another thing, and let me ask this, and this will hit both of y'all because I hear this brought up so much of, man, I want to go to work for EMEPA. How does somebody go about, what is the process of going to work for y'all? Because y'all are a great company in our community.
Watch our website.
Yeah, it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a lineman, you need the proper training. You need to go through lineman training school. But we post all of the open positions on our website at emepa.com. We have a careers page where those will be listed. We also promote those on social media. So if we have an opening, if you follow us on social media, we'll be posting about it there as well.
But we have that lineman school here.
It is a great place to work, but it's hard work.
Oh, yeah.
It's all-time work. It's rain running down your collar when the power's out.
And y'all even do this. Y'all assist other companies when there's a problem, say in Florida. Y'all send us some of our guys from here to help out and assist as well.
That's right. We have mutual aid agreements with all the cooperatives in Mississippi, and then Mississippi has mutual aid agreements with the other states, so that if we need help, we can call on help. If they need help, they can call on help, and we go help each other.
I would last till about lunchtime till they told me to get in a bucket truck and I had to go up in the air, and it'd be over for me. I wouldn't make it past that.
You'd be on what they call the ground crew.
I got a little thing with heights. I don't work out
it ain't
too
a little thing.
And them bucket truck, how high does a bucket truck go up? Isn't it pretty steep?
We've got one that will go 70 feet in the air.
Yeah, that's not for me. Not for me. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Like these, call Trey Long with Long Cleaning Solutions. 601-934-9427. Step into the spotless world of Long Cleaning Solutions. Feel the power of our one-of-a-kind solution perfected by Trey Long. Don't delay. Get results today. Call Trey Long at Long Cleaning Solutions, 601-934-9427. Like these, call Trey Long with Long Cleaning Solutions, 601-934.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt, whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we get this day underway.
Yeah.
Don't forget Saturday, this is coming up, Odie. Let's take a look here as we look at the classics. A car show will be out at Precast this Saturday, and all gets underway around 9 a.m.
I tell you, I don't want to hear anybody say that there ain't nothing to do. Because Saturday, we have got something to do from one end of the county to the other.
That's right. Becky's going to be having the big show coming up at, it used to be the Tuesday morning.
Tuesday mornings. So that's going to be a huge place. It's going to be busy. Got the car show. Need to get a little bit of rest because that night, where everybody's going to meet at the Max.
Yeah, sip and savor. We're still trying to get a definition of savor.
Yeah, we don't know. If you hadn't been to that, you need to go.
It's something else. It is really what they call Meridian putting on the dog.
Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah. You can say it that way, too.
Putting on the Ritz. You remember that song?
No.
Wrong genre.
I don't think Waylon done it. But I'm going to check into it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Greg knows it.
Oh, have mercy. Did you know that Amtrak is probably going to be coming back to Mobile soon? You know, they had a little discrepancy a few years back. Looks like they're going to be coming back there also. Shockingly, there was a shooting at a gas station in Jackson, Mississippi. Anybody believe that?
I don't.
The three people got
April
injured.
Fool's was yesterday.
Yeah.
Ask Clayton.
Well, I need to stay away from Clayton there. We did have another minor fender bender North Hill Street. It's a common thing there at 29th Avenue. As we look here, had a little fender bender there yesterday. After nothing serious, a scuff mark there, and we got all that straightened out, and traffic began flowing once again. As always, we're going to be out watching everything throughout the day, covering this as we ease up to the severe weather that is coming in tonight. Again, you're fine during the daytime. Let's pull this. If you came into the show late, let me just do an overall view of what we're expecting on radar tonight. As we look at the good, bad, and the ugly, so to speak, as we show that here at the Louisiana line, a level 1, as we get to Jackson, Mississippi, a 2 through Hattiesburg and Biloxi, as we go north of Meridian to Starkville, we move to a level 3, and then by the time we make it out of Nashville into Kentucky, we move to a level 4. Serious weather in all parts of this. Now remember, tornadoes don't know these different colors. One can begin right here and move through our area on northward. We don't know. We would be very, very rich, man, if we could pinpoint where it would be.
You got that right.
We do know that there's a chance that it could be bad tonight, so we want y'all to be extra, extra careful and be on weather alert, stand by, be able to get ready to go to your storm shelter, wherever it is that you go. How do we report when we get an outage, Julia? Let me just come back to you and flip this camera around and let you explain what goes on here.
The quickest, easiest way to report an outage is to go to our website, emepa.com, and click on our outage map and report from there. You can also view outages from our outage map and keep up with our outages there. Of course, you can always give us a call, 601-581-8600.
And if you look at this is as easy always here to check and see as we show that all systems are up. And it'll show you right here and then who all is affected, and you can zoom in to see if your street is on that. I like the way y'all do your map.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very simple, and y'all seem to do away with a lot of red tape at your business.
Red tape slows you down.
It does, doesn't it? So that's the way to handle this. And again, so much you can find on EMEPA. On their website there to take care of things there. Let's give away the mug this morning.
We're going to give away, we got a couple of birthdays that have come in.
Oh,
Tori Duncan is 25. So you tell Uncle David to don't hold back, buy you whatever you want for your birthday.
Have we missed any birthdays in y'all's world? Anybody y'all need to tell?
Today's actually my niece's birthday.
But who we got?
Madeline White. She's down in Hattiesburg, though, but she's 13 today.
Well, I hope it's a big one for her. 13 is like that age where you've really become somebody. You're a teenager then.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got an Ariana that turned 9. That's all we know is Ariana.
Okay, we got first name.
Madison Bradshaw having a birthday. And Madeline White turning 13 years old today. So let's see what we have here, and we're going to do this one and do that one. We're going to hit that button and that button.
He talks to himself.
I keep everybody going. Ariana, 9 years old. We're going to start them young with some coffee and the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee cup. So Ariana, go ahead and get that, and we'll let you know what days they are available, or they're fixing to be available. The Scotty Ray Odie 24, Scotty Ray Report. We got coffee mugs. We have tumblers. We have T-shirts. Y'all just wait.
Odie is on a roll.
We've got it going on. So Scotty Ray logo up here, Scotty Ray and Odie 24 on the back of the shirts. So we're gonna go do something today, but the rain going to push us out. But tomorrow we're liable to be somewhere where you can come by and pick up your own coffee mug, tumbler, T-shirt, whatever you would like. So we'll let you know. Keep in touch with Scotty Ray.
And we can't thank y'all enough for dropping by and visiting with us this morning. We've learned a lot.
Well, we appreciate you having us.
So that's the way it is. Odie, I'm going to let you take us out today and give us a good Bible verse to hit the day with.
Yes.
What do we need to know?
Nothing like a little bit of Jesus to start our days with. And we're going to go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. No matter what you're going through, there's one thing you can always count on, and that's the love of Jesus Christ. And all you have to do is ask him to come into your heart and put all your cares and all your burdens upon him, because he can give you the comfort that you're needing and the comfort that you're wanting. We hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you in about 23 hours. Until then, we love you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.